Greetings, pretty honeys. This is a quick tutorial on how to find your receipts, how to locate your family genealogy, and gather information about your unique heritage in America. So, I did a quick search for Black American genealogy, and what comes up is Library of Congress, a very helpful website. Very cool perk of all of the things that our ancestors have endured in this country is that all of our tax dollars go to preserving everything in this wonderful library. And many of the items have been digitized already, so it's very easy to locate documents on your family. They have a specific website dedicated to guiding you through how to locate your family's records. And it's actually quite cool just how organized the website is in laying out everything. They even tell you how to plan a family reunion, which is kind of neat. They have a lot of research about enslaved Americans, and they also have documents such as newspapers, and you can trace your ancestors and the Civil War. They also have the Daughters of the Revolution staff put together all of the forgotten patriots, so Black Americans who served in the military as well. Then we have our free blacks and freedmen and freedwomen. They have the records here for them. Under that category, we also have the Black Native Americans, so the Cherokee freedmen on the Dawes Roll. They also have genealogy handbooks, so different case studies, so you can see how other people have done their genealogy before, and you might actually find some of your own relatives in there. They have just a really wide resource of teaching you how to do your own genealogy, a quick step guide, a primer for blacks and other minorities, and the novice in this area. So if you're new to doing genealogy, they have everything you need here. A student's guide to African American genealogy. No matter where you are on your journey, there's something here to help you. And I think it's really awesome that we have such great resources in our Library of Congress that have preserved our history for us and made it available to us. The other cool thing about this is the electronic resources. So, as I said, many things have already been digitized, which is quite cool. And they have some resources that are available only at the Library of Congress itself, or some resources that are only available at like U.S. libraries where you can log in through the library's credentials. Then they have this link here that says free access, and so Family Search is one. I highly recommend Family Search. This is how you can start finding records on yourself. Even they have birth certificates, they have marriage records, so you can go look at your parents' records, birth records, your grandparents or great grandparents' death records, and you can trace your genealogy from there, because every death record will have like the person's parents' name on there. So you can find your great grandparents' death record, and it'll have your great great grandparents' names on there, and you can just begin tracing your genealogy from there. They have so much available information online here, and I just think it's quite cool. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go through and just choose one of these randomly and open up a record. I'm particularly curious about the free blacks on the 1790 census. So let's just go see. Who are these people? Oh, that one's not available right now. Okay, let's see. What's another one that we could look for? Okay, now it's available. The Free Blacks Head of Households is available now. So let's look at the links. There's an electronic copy available online. And let's see what this electronic copy will show us. So this is the information about the reference resource. Item link. We can fully view this item. Let's open it. And it's giving us the PDF. Here we go. List of free black heads of families in the first census of the United States, 1790. How amazing is that? So awesome. And it has a foreword, and it talks about General Service Administration, National Archives and Records put this together, and all the presidents: Franklin, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson. Okay, so let's scroll down and start seeing some names. Let's see what we got. Got an introduction, probably tells you how to use this document, but I know we can just scroll and boom, there you go. All these people, look, Negro, 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 Negro. Okay, so here are some names. Now, what I learned in doing my genealogy research is even if you don't see your direct ancestor's name that you know of, you need to look at the last names and just start saving records of the last names that are in your family or adjacent to your family. Cousins, anyone that you know in your family tree that has that name. Additionally, what I would also do, genealogists recommend this. Save names of records for your neighbors. If you know your neighbor's genealogy, it could possibly help you, because sharing information is how we keep our cultural heritage preserved. So it's just very important to just take note of anything you find that is of interest that could possibly help you. Another thing is take note of the spelling. The spelling may be a little different. This is from 1790. That was hundreds of years ago. The spelling of your family's name could have possibly changed. People's accent changed. People moved to different parts of the country where there's different dialects, and so the spelling may be a little different. So I just think that it's awesome that you can come to these records and, find your people. The Family Search actually has the census records themselves, so you can go and look for your family name by county, and it'll pull up the census record for that county, and you can see the person's name and their family members. This record here is just heads of families, but when you look up the census records, I would start with like the most recent census that you can find for like your grandparents that you knew, so that you can see the names on there and like actually see that your grandparents, siblings, and other people that like your great aunts and uncles, those people. So when you see their names on the census, it can help you go further back in history from there. So I recommend starting with Family Search and take it from there. So I hope that this has been helpful. Please take advantage of the Library of Congress. It is your privilege as an American. It is your right. And if you are a working American citizen, all them taxes that come out of your check pay for this. So get your money's worth. Here is another genealogy research resource This is a YouTube channel called I Love Ancestry, and the videos here cover a lot of topics for Black Americans, free people of color from various ethnic groups, and I think it's a really great resource simply because they have a lot of historical commentary. A couple of the videos I saw on there interviewed genealogists, and they would bring on experts to teach you how to actually find records of your ancestors. Another resource is Black Progen Live. I cannot rant and rave about this channel enough. They are some of the best and brightest Black people and people of color. We also have some people of Caribbean ancestry who tune in, as well as people who appear as white or people who actually are white, but they have Black ancestors and they embrace that. And so they did their genealogy, and their family tree had Black people in it. So they kept tracing up that root of the tree. And so now they're on the Black Progen channel as well. They usually have panels where they'll bring on, 2 to 4 people to come speak, and they present information. So what I'm showing you are just screenshots of the different episodes. They do episodes about different topics, but these are particularly categorized by the regions. So, for example, free people of color in the Northeast. So they grouped Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire all together in one video. Then they grouped together the Midwestern states, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, and so on. This is all very helpful because each state has their own history, and therefore they have different categorizations of how genealogy records were saved or filed. And also, many people who are on the panels talking about this, they live in those regions, so they know exactly where to go. They can tell you what counties have which documents, and they know the names of all the important people that you could contact, like because they actually contact the libraries and genealogy places and are, oh yeah, I talked to Barbara at so-and-so library, you call her, she'll help you out. Like, it's very helpful. And also, some people have done a genealogy research for their own families in these places, so they know exactly which records to tell you to look for, which I think is very helpful. Additionally, many of the state lines in these regions have varied over the years. So it's very important to do research on neighboring states. For example, Alabama and Georgia are next to each other. So if you have genealogy records, from your own family, your relatives, ancestors came from Georgia, maybe you should check Alabama too. And people on these Black Progen Live episodes can help you with that. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. See you later, pretty honeys.